Hi.
Hey,
Did I
hi.
do it too fast? Did I say hi too
I
fast?
don't know. Maybe.
Who knows if it even came through?
Well, it might have been great. Might have been not.
Hmm.
Hey guys,
Might have been
welcome.
not.
Zay, if you're still there, what do I want from Burger King? I want a McDonald's Big Mac from Burger King.
I don't think you want that.
Yeah, you're right,
I don't
actually.
think you want that. I don't think you know what you want. I
I
think
want
if
an
you go to
actual
if
cheeseburger.
if you go to wait, I guess Burger King completely changed everything. That's what I hear. And they actually have good stuff now, according to them, but of course they would say that.
Well, I don't know. I haven't been to Burger King in a long time. I hadn't been to
Yeah.
McDonald's in a long time until today because we were on the road all day. And my
You
son, we were very limited on choices. And my son,
you would forsake yourself for McDonald's? McDonald's doesn't need your money, man. And you don't need McDonald's. What they have to offer you is only filth.
you're not wrong. But sometimes you put up with a little filth.
That's true. Yes, sometimes you're hungry, and sometimes there's only garbage, and sometimes
Well,
that's what you get. And
you
you just
go
gotta eat.
to you go to Indian River, Michigan, and see what drive-throughs are available.
Indian River sounds racist.
That's the name of the place. It's the name of the
Is it in
town.
India?
No, it's in Michigan.
That's weird.
Wow.
Weird.
You know, it's
So weird.
from close to where you used to be, where you used to live.
Yeah, I
What's
bet
up?
it is. It
It's
sounds really
it's
familiar.
north of you where you
Oh,
it's
okay.
north of all of us. It's north of everybody
Oh,
probably.
okay. I'm pretty sure I've been there.
It's pretty
But
close to the
anyhow,
bridge. It's like 10 minutes from the Mackinac Bridge or something
oh,
something 10
okay,
miles
okay.
from the Mackinac Bridge.
I'm just being silly. I'm not a fan of McDonald's, but I know a lot of people love it.
Hey, I used to eat
So
McDonald's a lot and then I stopped and then I tried it again and now anytime I eat McDonald's, I'm hungry again after an hour and I feel kind of funny.
interesting. Yeah, and
You know.
I feel gross
Mhm.
every time I've eaten McDonald's in the last 10 years, which has not been very many times because I avoid it. But
Mhm.
every time I walk away and within half an hour or something, I feel weird, don't
Mhm.
feel great, and like for the like several hours later, I feel just not good.
It's kind of weird like that.
So, yeah.
I don't know.
Some people eat it every day of their lives, though, man.
Yep. Sometimes you just need to shove
Crazy.
something in your gut and keep going because you're driving all day and you're just like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most
Fair
of the
enough.
time, it's I go to a gas station and get some cheddar cheese cracker combos.
Oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Combos are awesome.
Combos are great.
I support that.
I would just eat like 2 bags of combos.
Do you eat them slowly or do you eat them quickly?
Not at all. I scarf them things. I have to close the bag and set it down or else it's gone in like 5 minutes. Like it's like
Oh,
one of those foods that's just like, oh, it's
yeah.
so good and I just rah rah rah.
Yeah.
You know? It's like,
Wow.
wait, who's
What?
our name? Wisdom.
What? YouTube is auto-translating your name into wisdom for me
Whose
now.
name?
This is odd. No, that's awesome. Way to go.
Oh,
Finally, they got something
Nyansa.
right.
Welcome.
No, that's
Interesting.
great though.
It was Nyansai. That's wisdom, apparently.
Interesting. I mean, it's just saying Nyansai is the wise. Yeah.
Interesting. Is Nyansai a word like translated? Does it translate to wisdom in some
Nyansai
language?
translates to wisdom. Yes. We all wisdom.
Awesome. So,
Yes.
welcome, guys. Welcome to Don't Worry Wednesday. It's been a while.
Uh-huh.
I was looking at it. It's
Yes.
been like our last show was July 29th.
Oh my gosh. That was almost a month ago.
I
Okay,
know.
not quite.
It was
But
crazy.
still.
Like, yeah, it was nuts. I was like, holy cow. It's been a while since we've been here. And, it's like mostly my fault because I've had a lot of stuff going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
which is
Well,
great. You know, I got to have a lot of time with my kids, which is fantastic. You know, all the time I get to spend with my kids is an absolute treasure. Even when we're going
mhm.
through difficult stuff, all of it, you know, it's just a joy, you know,
Yeah.
and it's like, I don't know. I'm just
Even
very
when you're going through
thankful for
difficult
that
stuff
time. You
like
bet.
Orlando.
Yeah, like Orlando. However, my, what do we
Do you
decide to
do you
do? My
remember the
son,
difficult times? Oh yeah, Orlando. Yeah, I know.
so my son and I, it was one of those weeks. My son and I went to Sleeping Bear Dunes,
Ooh.
and we were deciding whether or not to do the dune climb at Sleeping Bear Dunes. I don't know if you guys have been up there before or not, but like it's this big, it's big, huge sand dune that you can climb, and then you can continue. You can decide if you want. You can continue on and get to Lake Michigan, but it's a long
Mm.
ways
Okay.
through the sand dunes, right? And it was so
Hmm.
funny because we're on that trip, and my son told me he was like, you know, the best memories come from bad decisions.
Oh no. Yeah,
Or
that's
maybe not the
funny.
best memories, but the best stories come from
Right.
bad
That's those are the
decisions,
best
you know?
decisions. That's
Which is
great.
why I have so many stories because I've made so
Hmm.
many bad decisions in my life,
Mm.
right?
Yeah, that's what makes you wise.
Yes.
If you live a life that lacks in prudence, you'll gain it.
That's right. That's right.
Hopefully.
Well, it's a crazy
Hmm.
walk because, you know, we decided we would go all the way to the lake, you
Mm.
know.
Yeah.
And we didn't realize until later we googled it later, like how far that walk is. It's round trip,
Hmm.
it's 4 miles
Okay.
from the parking lot to the beach and then beach back to the parking lot, and it's all like up and down sand dunes.
That's the hard part. Sand dunes are not
Sa-
easy to
Dude,
tread.
you go uphill on a sand dune, it's like 2 steps up, 1 step back, you know, like all the time because the sand is shifting under your feet and it's nuts, right? My
Yeah.
legs hurt so bad.
Oh, I bet. I think you went more than 4 miles. You probably went 16, which is
Just
the way
because of the
sand
extra
dunes are.
steps.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. You're probably right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, oh, Neonsai is curious about the audience here's interests. What are you guys into? Like music and art, for example. I'm assuming mostly everyone here is at least interested in music due to Static P and Joe being musicians, but also advice, anything else.
Mm.
It's Ellie. It's me, Ellie G. Hey, Ellie. Haven't seen you in a
Hey,
while.
hey.
It's good to see you. Good to
Welcome.
see all you guys. Saole, you're awesome. We got
Made core.
Itsunagi. We got Jimmy. We got and Zay. Zay, I don't know if you're here or not. You might still be off getting your cheeseburger.
Uh-huh.
I had a really good cheeseburger yesterday in Marquette, Michigan. At a place called the Delft. I highly recommend the Delft Bistro in Marquette, Michigan. If you're ever
How do you
there,
spell that?
DELFT.
Delft. Okay.
Delft. Yep.
Part of me was thinking it was going to be a PH.
I know, kind of. It
Kind of
makes
a
sense
weird
that it would,
sounding
but it's in the UP,
word.
right? They just say it. Just
Okay.
they spell it like it's said.
Yeah.
You
Fair
know,
enough. Yeah.
like towns like Ipufet,
Ipoufet. Ipoufet. How's
spelled
that
just like it
spelled?
sounds.
Okay. IP. Or
No,
is it an E? Is
E.
it
It's an
two E's?
E.
E?
Nope, just one E.
Huh? Oh,
EPOUFETTE. Ipufet.
that's French.
I'm
That's a
sure it is.
French town.
Oh yeah, well, Marquette.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, they came from the north. They came down and they Frenched it up. Yep,
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense.
I do talk about my kids a lot, Neonsai. You are right.
Hmm.
You remember that? Oh, you say, I remember you made a song with one of them, I think. Yes, I did. How did we decide on doing that together, and how did we start?
Mm.
Mainly, my son was getting into music, and he was like, getting into playing and singing and all this kind of stuff. And he's like, "Hey, we should do this song." And I was like, "Okay." And that's kind of how it started.
Yeah. He's like, "Hey, you're a music producer. We should do the song together." And you're like,
Yeah.
"Okay."
I was like, "Yeah, it is great."
Yeah.
hmm yeah, basically he just asked me. He decided, like, he picked up, he's got a whole bunch. We got a whole list of songs he wants to cover.
Mm.
And we've done a couple of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is cool. He felt comfortable enough for that. Did he decide the topic? He decided the song. He decided, yeah, all of it. He was just like,
Mm.
I really like this song. I think it would be great. And then he was like, we need to get so and so and so and so, and we need to get Ryan. We need to get all these people. We need to all work on it together. And I was like, yeah, we do. Let me make a few calls or send a few messages.
Yeah. It was pretty tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a manager.
He had this vision.
This
He
person,
had this
that person.
grand vision.
Yeah.
It was great. He's directing me.
That's right. He's like a director. He knows what he wants.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah. He's
Turned out
doing
really well,
covers.
too.
Has he done any originals yet? Any consideration of that?
He's not recorded any originals. He's started to
Yeah.
write some lyrics. He started writing lyrics and yep, working on
Cool.
that stuff. But he's also been working a lot on learning instruments too. Like he's a lot like me in the sense that he's a percussionist as his first instrument, and he's just been picking up guitar and bass and stuff like that. Mostly he's focusing on bass as far as the stringed instruments are concerned.
Oh, really? Wow.
But yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Bass is good.
Yeah, he's got a lot of charisma. Like he's gonna be he's officially cool, you betcha. Like he wants to be a streamer and a musician, and he has the charisma to be a great YouTuber / streamer. He's just got that energy and charisma, and man, I'm like, we just got to get you in front of a camera, boy, and just boom, turn you loose. And yeah,
that's cool.
I don't know. I have a lot of respect for him. I have a lot of respect for both of my kids in the different areas they're skilled in. You know, it's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. I probably talk about my kids a little bit too much, but you know, I'm a proud dad, you know, like.
I think it's good.
Any more projects in the works? Not actually currently being worked on. We have some with a few things recorded. Actually, we've got a bunch. He went through this whole phase where, because I only have every other weekend with my kids during the school year. And so then part of that weekend was kind of devoted to just him recording vocals for stuff. And he's got a whole bunch of songs that we've got vocal recordings of him that just need to be processed, and then the instruments need to be done, and then it'll be a full cover finished. But yep. Yeah, bass is a good fit. You know what, Saule? I kind of disagree as far as eating bass. I'm not a big fan of bass. I'm not a big fan of bass. As
what about ball
food? Ball?
Yeah.
What is that? A fish?
No, it's just a sport, baseball.
Oh.
Yeah, they got bases. I don't know. Just continuing the
baseball. It starts with a B-A, has two letters at the end.
Yeah, base.
Bad.
B-A-S-S,
B-A-D-D.
S-E, B-A, whatever, you know, base.
So we've got some stuff that's, you know, partially done, but not currently actually working on stuff. It's been such a busy summer. We haven't been here, obviously.
True.
Because it's like summertime this summer just went crazy.
Yeah.
But things are starting to kind of wind down now. I'm glad to be back here at Don't Worry Wednesday, and I'm looking forward to now. It looks like things have smoothed out, and I should be able to be here every week for like a while now. Because
That's good.
school year's kind of getting going and everything and whatnot. So,
I wish there were more bases in baseball, but like just like people playing bases. There should be a baseball that's something to do with playing the base and not necessarily to do with running around and touching people with and hitting balls with bats and stuff.
yeah,
It should be like an actual sport, but it's all about the base.
all about the base.
It's all about the base.
base.
Yeah. No trouble.
No trouble. Great.
That's right.
Oh man, so how's it going, you guys? It's been so long. I feel like, oh man, I'm really glad to be back. How are you guys doing in the chat? How are you doing, Ryan?
I'm doing great.
You
got
look
myself
great.
a new computer. I've been trying to set it up slowly, and I was not ready for Don't Worry Wednesday, as you know. But I'm getting there, and that's pretty great.
You weren't ready to need a new computer either, from the sounds of things. I remember this drama going on, relayed to me by your brother, what was happening with your computer.
Yeah, it was being really weird, and I don't know. It's bizarre. Very bizarre. I never had a computer that had that problem before. Kyle couldn't figure it out either, so I'm just like, okay. I mean, it's an old computer already, so might as well get a new one.
Well, and you work your computers.
Yes.
When you have a computer, you make them work.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That is very true.
Doing a bunch of coding, working on a video game, all this stuff. Like, your computer's got some muscle. That's
true. And I really tear them to shreds, working them all day long, every day. Yeah. It's working just as much as I am, pretty much.
Yeah?
Because I'm always at the computer to work.
Yep.
So, yeah.
This has got to keep going.
And it doesn't have self-repairing organism chains of DNA and things like that. It's just a system that slowly degrades over time, and I think I really got my money out of it, the amount that I put in.
Well, and it's funny because we were talking about this, Kyle, your brother and I, we were talking about this, and we're like, wait a second. So, because the computer I have was the computer that you had before this last one that broke.
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
Yep. And the computer that he has is the computer that you had before that one.
Wow. Really?
So
I didn't know that.
So we have, but please don't hand us down this other broken one.
Oh yeah, I don't know. You guys don't want that one. You will work. It's broken. We'll just leave it at that. That's broken.
Yes. Is it
in such a bizarre way?
Is it Smaug? Smaug? Is that how you pronounce that? Smaug?
I would say Smo.
Smo?
Yeah.
I've been lurking at random points. Smo, like snow. You were right.
There we go.
Smo.
I got it.
All right, Smo. You've been lurking at random points over the last 10 years, but you're doing well. Welcome.
Hey. Wow.
And you know what? We love our lurkers.
Yeah.
We've
said it many times. You're one of them.
Yep.
Well, we love you. Over the last 10 years we have. We didn't even know anything about you. But
and here you are. You finally accepted our invitation to join in the chat because we always, we're like, hey, lurk all you want. We love you right where you're at, But yep, whenever you're ready, just pop on in. And here you are. Welcome.
Yeah. Well, now we're looking forward to see what wisdom you have. So prepare your fingers and the tips of them to be typing out the best things that we've seen all day. And if they're not, then why just go back to lurking. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. We're happy to have you here, though. But we do have a topic, so might be good to get
we
onto
do.
It.
Smo's wisdom of the week: always wash your hands before making food. I would
wholeheartedly
agree with that.
Yes, yeah.
That is a good
move. That's actually probably better than anything we'll say today. So
Yeah,
that's
maybe.
pretty
It's
foundational
very
line for.
practical, very foundational.
Hmm.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, it's one everybody can practice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Food, yes.
Nice. And as Saule says, that's our legal disclaimer there. We are not professionals. Our content is not a substitute for professional therapy or any type of professional advice that you might get. We're just here trying to help. And we love you guys, and so we want to do anything we can to offer some perspective perspective, advice, and make sure you know that you are loved and you're not alone, because life can throw you some curveballs and it can go a little bit crazy at times. And so if you have something you'd like us to share or like us to talk about, you can go to don'tworrywednesday.com. Click the submit a topic button and submit your topic there. You can also just put a topic right here in the chat during the show, and we will talk about it there too. But yeah, anything that you might be struggling with, any type of conflict that might be going on, any weird situation, anything like that, or if you just want to be silly and put something silly in the chat too, we love that too. I don't think there's been a topic we have not covered because of the content of the topic. I think some of them, it's like, we didn't get to it and the person wanted to be here when we did it and then they weren't there, and then we were there and they weren't, whatever. And it just kind of went on. And then some of those topics kind of fell through the cracks over the years, but not very many of them.
Yeah, we've been pretty good.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Oh.
But anyways, the point is you guys can make a topic about anything. We'll do our best to respect it and give our best.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Kendra, welcome.
Yeah. Welcome, Kendra. Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
And
Smo's only worry is getting moved out for the first time. It's very intimidating.
Ooh.
Yes, it is. It
barbecue
can be very
pork
intimidating.
Steak. Wow, that sounds great.
Wait, what? Did I miss one? Oh, I missed you. Barbecue. Yeah. Man, now we're talking food and I'm hungry.
Oh, you can't do that. Smo, how dare you?
I can't be hungry?
No, thank you. Thank you for doing that. Now Joe has something to look forward to after this.
Yes. Pork steak. That sounds so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, getting moved out for the first time can be very intimidating. I'll tell you, moving in general can be very intimidating. Just packing and making sure you have everything. And then when you get there and you figure out that you left some stuff, and so then you got to buy some new stuff, and it can be kind of crazy. But also, if you've never moved, like if you've lived at home, like with your parents or whatever for your whole life, and that first time you move out, yes, that can be, that can definitely be.
It can be particularly,
scary, for sure.
That's a specific kind of experience. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That can be worrisome, but. Yeah.
Food helps you wash your worries away in moderation, of course. Yes. Yep. I understand that. But it's always good to sit down to a good meal. It can be therapeutic.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Especially when you're hangry.
Well, yeah, then it's definitely very therapeutic.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kendra, your dad had surgery on his bladder yesterday. Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Well,
I hope it went well.
Yeah, I hope that went very well.
I hope that went well. I hope there were no hitches. I hope everything got patched up right and everything. But man,
wow, September 8th was the original date. Wow, that really got pushed back. Oh wait, yeah. Well, that's good though. That's good. I'm happy that he got to do it early rather than wait all the way until for like a month.
Yep. Well, I'm glad they were able to get him in, especially if he was in a considerable amount of pain. Like that, it's good to get that taken care of for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, the ambulance ride.
Hey, that's great.
Ambulance ride definitely is no fun. All right, you're 24, have plenty of time to save up, get yourself ready. All right. Lucky to have your parents' support for sure. That can be a real blessing. Criminal Idol has been on your playlist. It's a good playlist.
Can also be a real blessing.
Yes, that is a real blessing.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun. Hey, Hero. Dropping by to say hi. Hey.
Hero
Welcome.
and Tef. Tef, we haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see you, Tef. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Looking amazing as ever, Tef.
Mm-hmm.
Tef looks amazing every time.
With the orange.
Oh, yeah. Plenty of orange. That's
signature Tef orange, man.
Signature. Yeah. The signature color. It's like most people, like they don't own colors, but Tef pretty much owns the color orange.
I think you're right.
Mm-hmm.
That's Tef's color.
That's right. That's Tef's color.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You've added well over 10,000 views to some of those older songs. Hey.
Oh my gosh. Wow. That's incredible. Great. Thank you. That's amazing. Mm-hmm. I believe that. That's great.
You're right. It is the middle of the night for you, isn't it? You're way over there where it's the middle of the night.
Yeah. Well, I hope you're having a good night.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Have a good one, Kendra. Yes.
Yes, and good luck. You know, tell your parents they are in your dad and everybody involved with this whole thing. You're in our thoughts and prayers for sure. That's a tough situation, and hopefully everything's going smoothly and everything went well and recovery is quick. And yes, just wishing all the best for you. And you're right, Hero. Criminal Idol never gets skipped on shuffle. It's an unwritten rule.
Interesting. I kind of. Why is that? Why is that? Why do you think that's the case? It's kind of interesting.
Never gets.
I mean, I feel you. I feel like there might be it might be just kind of like a sentimental sort of thing, or do you think that it's just
no? It's just too good.
It's too good to skip.
It's too good. You can't skip. Once it starts, it's like I gotta hear this whole thing.
Oh wow.
There's no skipping it.
Okay. Because it's like an unfinished thing, so like if you were to skip it, you'd be like, well, yeah, but hold on, I needed the rest of the song. Otherwise, now it just like feels unfinished, sort of thing.
Right. It's not like the same thing as like the first album that I ever recorded in a studio.
Whoa. Okay.
We went to the local restaurant that, and this is probably going to tell you how old I am, but there was this restaurant in our hometown, and we're like, hey, we got somehow, I don't know who talked to who, somebody in the band talked to somebody that worked at this place, and they got it added to the jukebox.
No way.
Yes.
No
They got it put in the jukebox, like our album. And it was so funny because like the song everybody wanted to hear was the first one on the album. That was the one everybody would sing along to, and the one they enjoyed, and you know, it was like this hometown favorite and stuff, you know, whatever.
That's cool.
But there was a glitch in the jukebox.
Okay.
And so people would pick that song and they'd want to listen to it. And anytime somebody picked the song, first of all, it was set at a decibel level like 5 times higher than the rest of the jukebox.
Oh no.
And anytime somebody played the song, it would play the entire rest of the album.
Oh.
At that higher decibel level throughout the entire restaurant. It was so embarrassing.
Oh no. Oh no, that's great. Whoever set it up in the jukebox did not do it correctly. So
yep. Somehow there was some kind of weird glitch. It was hilarious. We'd sit there and we'd be like, oh no, somebody played it. Now we got to listen to the whole album.
The whole thing. 7 hours. No. It's not that long.
Yep.
That's so great. Nice. Wow.
Oh, that's a shout out to an old one. Smo. One more time. Rewind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're right. That song is not on Spotify.
Is that song not on Spotify?
It is
I
not
thought
on
Rewind was on
Spotify.
Spotify.
We need permission because that song is actually not owned by you.
I thought that that song was on Spotify. It was like my first song ever that was on Spotify because I didn't put it there.
Nope, it's not on Spotify.
Huh. Wow. Yeah, that should be on Spotify.
It'd be great if it was, but we haven't. Misty Cronexia owns that song, and we can't figure out how to get a hold of Misty. So it's like, well,
yeah, I'll have to. I didn't even think of that. I think I already got a hold of him, and he said, "Just go for it." But now I don't remember.
Yeah,
I need to look through my Discord for that. Let's see. Thing is, I didn't have him on Discord. I had him on Skype.
Oh, wow. Skype.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day. Mm-hmm.
Misty Cronexia just rejoined YouTube a few days ago. Wow. I was under the impression he was in retirement as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. We
might be able to ask around. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, we could just get permission. We could put it up there. I mean, that's kind of what we do as a label. We release music, right? So
just gotta find him, reach out,
find him, be like, hey, what do you feel about putting this up on Spotify? You know?
Yeah.
I'm sure he'd just be fine with it, you know?
Mm-hmm. It might take a while, but I'm sure that there are several avenues we could go down of many different people that we've met over the years that could, through a chain of people, find him. But maybe we won't need to do that. If he's actually back on YouTube, I can just send a message right there on his channel. It will tell him. It'll tell him, hey, another content creator commented on your video. Go check it out. Sometimes it does that for me. I don't know.
Static P, he would read a message from the Static P.
Yeah, I think if he saw it, he'd probably read a message. If he saw that there was a message. Otherwise, oh my gosh, I remember that guy. He was great. And then maybe we could reconnect. Yeah.
One thing I do want to give a shout out for, I don't know if Zay's still here lurking, but there is the new green version of It's Not Like I Like You that was just released.
Yes. Yes.
By Zay.
Definitely
fantastic cover.
He actually did really, honestly, the singing in that is better than my singing. So I loved it. Yeah. The green version.
I don't know if I'd say better. It's definitely up there with you. Oh my gosh. But yeah.
Anna and Zay did an incredible job. I was impressed. I was like, I agree. That's you guys?
Their vocal performances were outstanding. And I really like Anna's guitar parts in there. The distorted rock guitars in there add a nice flavor to it. It was great.
Nothing is. It's okay, sweetheart. I think people, like think of Ariana Grande or whatever. She's better than I am. It's okay. Ariana Grande, if she did It's Not Like I Like You, it would be better than my version of It's Not Like I Like You. It's okay.
Would it though?
Yeah, she plays a great male singer. I'm kidding.
Well, yeah.
I'm kidding. No, she not. Elvis Presley or something. He comes back from the grave. His vocal cords are a little bit, deteriorated, physically deteriorated over the time that he's been. But anyways, he comes back and he does a great performance. It's gonna be It's Not Like I Like You, and people are gonna like that probably more than mine. It's okay. I'm all right with that.
But I'm with you, Beyonce. Ariana wishes she was as good as Static P.
I don't think Ariana even knows that she wishes that she was as good as me, but she does.
But if she did, she would. If she knew, then she would. And she does. Subconsciously, it's one of those hidden, it's like, how we all have blind spots? Yeah, it's one of those.
Yeah.
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 All right.
Tap just sent me a message. It's chronexiamisty@gmail.com. Simple enough.
Well, look at that.
Yeah.
Now you've doxed the email.
All you need to do.
Everybody. We've publicly stated the Gmail. Although it's probably available.
Everyone needs to know it. It's him, It's pretty popular.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Oh.
Um, he gets sent this video and asks if this video is okay for us to post.
Yeah. Awesome.
That'd be great.
Oh, that's what YouTube profile claims is his email.
Yes.
Okay, cool, Tef.
Yeah.
So it is public
Yeah.
information anyway. I got you. Right,
Yes.
good.
As soon as you sent it, Tef, I was like, oh, I remember seeing that. I think I remember using that email once, and that was just posted publicly. So yeah,
Right.
yeah. If- yeah. I wouldn't have said it if it was actually private. I knew that it was there.
I was like,
Publicly.
Ryan, I mean, you could tell people my address. You
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? If
so-
you guys want me to dox myself, all you have to do is buy some BSS merch.
That's true. If you want to know Joe's address, all you gotta do is cash, fork up a little cash.
Buy a
Doesn't have
great
to do much.
Tsundere plushie. Buy a book.
Oh, nice.
I still have one sitting right here next to me.
Nice. Merchant. Ooh, look how shiny that book is.
It's very shiny.
Glorious. The colors are
Very
beautiful.
shiny. Yes.
That looks
It's
so
a
good.
very well created book.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Yep, but that's not the
Wow.
only product. There's plushies and there's flash drives. There's not very many flash drives left though. But yeah, I am the BSS shipping department.
And you're a fine good one at that.
Aw, Ryan, you're so sweet.
Yeah. You're the best.
Well, except you're bester. The Kickstarter campaign box does not. Well, maybe it does. I started being the shipping department about halfway through the Kickstarter. I think your brother shipped out like half of the Kickstarter stuff, and then I took over.
Yeah. It was at least like that. Yeah.
Mhm.
That sounds about right. It was something like that, yeah.
And yes, Smo, you end up doxing yourself to me if you buy merch. Yes, because I gotta send you
Ooh.
something. But it
does go both ways.
I'm not gonna. I've never revealed somebody's address to anyone. It's all secure. It's all encrypted. It's all just fine. I'm not.
Yeah, for the most part.
I
we don't
am.
even look at it.
Well, but now I would just want to stream myself going through everybody's shipments.
Mhm. That would be great. Hey,
Right?
do we have who's from
So-and-so's
917 Landport Drive
So-and-so's
from New
real
England?
name happens to be this, and this is their address. Oh,
Yeah.
look, that's their phone number. They put their phone number on here too. Wow.
Yeah. Hey guys, check this out. Look at this guy's name. And then look where he lives. Isn't that hilarious?
Oh my gosh, that would be horrible.
Oh my gosh, and then look, this is a phone number. Isn't that great? His phone number is so funny.
Wait, you're
Yeah.
gonna put my address as your business address?
Put your address as my business address. There we go. That works.
Your stalkers can go to my house. All right,
That's true. And
send
Joe's
me
got
your
the muscle to
stalkers.
deal with them. Mm-hmm.
I'll handle them. I'm a black belt
Joe
in
will handle 'em.
Taekwondo, and I've taken Krav
That's
Maga.
right. Yeah. Krav Maga too. Wow.
Yeah,
I'll send a message.
send me your
The message of
stalkers. Be
pain.
like, yeah, welcome, neon-sized stalker.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
You'll have to ask him first. You don't want to just, it might just be the mailman, So be careful
Right.
not to attack someone who doesn't deserve to be attacked. Yeah.
They'll show up to try and marry me. Good luck.
Wow.
I
Yeah, that's
dare
true.
somebody to try and marry me.
No, that's hilarious. What a line. What a line. Wow. It's like the line of someone who's a little bit too desperate, but also the line of someone who hates romance. And you kind of have to figure out what it is there. We know which one you're, but that's hilarious. I dare someone to try to marry me. Like that whole life thing.
I've
It's
already-
like quite a dare.
I've already done that. I've been there. I've experienced that. I got a
Mhm.
t-shirt.
Yeah. Wait, what? You got a t-shirt?
I got a t-shirt.
That's great.
Yep.
All right.
This is
Yes, as
good.
Sally says, we are not professionals.
Yeah. No, clearly we are professional somethings.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, this would be a good time to do a topic.
I think you're right. And we
Already
should start with
10 minutes.
Saule's topic. Saule has given us a topic way
Yes.
back around the time of our last stream, which was weeks ago.
Yeah. Joe with a
I
straight
dare
face.
someone to try and marry me.
Is that the right kind of straight, or is that the straight like?
That's
doesn't
like the
matter.
Straits of
We'll figure it out.
Mackinac.
I thought so. That's the straight. That's like a land mass straight.
Mhm. I just crossed the Straits of Mackinac today.
Did you?
I did.
By the way,
It was busy,
so
man.
I
The
get
bridge
all
was
the straights
busy.
mixed up all the time. So that's why I knew. Every time I try to spell straight, it comes out wrong. I'm like, what the heck is it? Isn't it? Wait, is it E or an A? What straight? STRAIGHT? No. What is this word? I think it's an E now.
It's an EIGHT. Straight.
EI.
It's not EI.
What other word is
It's
EI?
AI.
It sounds like A.
Freight.
Freight. Ah, there you go. Okay, I just have to remember that one. Freight. 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 And it's straight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I remember it's straight.
Because when we order some things, it gets shipped with freight. You know?
Mm-hmm. It
shows up on a big old huge truck.
It gets shipped straight on a freight.
Mm-hmm. And it's always funny to watch a semi truck come down my road because it's a little tiny little dirt road out in the middle of nowhere. And the semi's got to park there on the road. They can't even pull in the driveway. So it's
a dirt road, basically. Yeah.
Well, it was like your dad's shop, probably. Remember?
Yeah, that's
like
right.
When he got deliveries of stuff. Like.
Yeah. I think people got lost a lot. I mean, it's pretty easy to get lost when you're out in the middle of nowhere.
Yep. Straight, freight, gate, great, bait. Oh, boy.
Gate.
Straight out of freight. Max, wait, that's another one. Wait.
Oh, wait.
Yep. WEIGHT. Yep. All the ways to say 8. And now I'm hungry again because we're talking about food.
8. EIGHT. 8.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow, the number 8. Okay.
How about that? All right, let's do a topic.
Let's do it. Sorry.
All right, so this topic comes from Saule. Saule has sent us this. It's called Struggling in the Process of Creating Music, All Areas. Oh, wait, no, that's the summary. The title is Discovery, Regression, and Demoralization.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I'm excited to do this topic. So I'm going to put it up on the screen. Excuse me. And you guys can read along while I read it aloud. And it goes like this. Discovery, regression, and demoralization. So, I've been working on making music. Wouldn't say that I would call it writing music because none of it is written down, but making/recording, yeah, something like that. From playing a bunch and recording a lot of it, I have kind of figured out what kind of music I want to make long term. Ideally, some of the songs on the album that I'm currently trying to create will have elements of it, and I think they do. But recently, well after I defined the chords of all the songs and decided on the sound that I am chasing I found it. I wanted to create music initially because I figured that I could do it, which is true. I can. But gradually, as I defined my own sound and the sound I wanted to make, maybe you mean defined my own sound and the sound I wanted to make, I transitioned from wanting to make music just because I could to I want to make this sound because I've never heard anyone do it before. Well, unfortunately, I found that sound. In fact, I dare to say I found an album that does everything I want out of an album that I make myself. Even more than that, I found a song that just feels like the perfect song to listen to from the perspective of it being what I want to make. I didn't make it. I found an artist that made exactly what I'm trying to make because it didn't exist. Now I'm just disappointed and kind of lacking motivation. It doesn't help that, due to life stuff, I had to take a break from practicing, and now I feel like I've gone severely backwards and I'm struggling to play some of my harder riffs. It shouldn't be, but it is really demoralizing. Finding the perfect song has been super exciting and equally demoralizing. Couple that with my regression in skills, and I'm struggling to pick up my guitar every day anymore. I have to make a conscious effort to play it now. It's not got the same fun that it had for the first 6 months of the year. I don't remember if it was here or somewhere else, but I remember hearing that if you're making something, don't show it off until it's done, because that way you'll prevent the little dopamine hits and help to keep yourself going. That may or may not be helping me. I've only shared one track with just a few people. I want to share the whole album when it gets to a point that it's good, but I was better before, and my performance wasn't good enough to make a final product. So now I'm struggling to keep going because I'm wondering if I'll get it to a point where it's releasable. I'm not talking small tweaks, major problems in the performance. Only 2 of the songs feel like they are nearing the end of the drafting stages, and any time I work on them, I feel like my new takes are way worse. I'm not sure if there's a question here or if it's a useful topic for anyone but me, but I kind of needed to say this to someone. And that's from Saule. Saule, thank you for the topic, and I can completely relate to what you're going through here. I think this is a fairly normal thing for musicians to deal with. I think you're probably right on track as far as music is concerned, because this sounds like, something that all musicians kind of go through. We go through this, you go through that initial excitement period where you're like excited about making something, and then you get into it and the work starts. And it's kind of like, oh man. And then you get partway through the work and you're like, and it can wear on you a little bit. And then life gets in the way, different things happen. And then you go to pick up your instrument again and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm really not as good as I used to be. And yeah, I've been through this journey. I'm sure Ryan has experienced this type of thing before too. So it sounds to me like you're experiencing what it is to be a musical artist. So what you're going through is not abnormal, and it's okay. But what do you do with this? That's a really good question. Like when you're in this situation, you have a few choices to make. You can choose to just stop, but I wouldn't recommend that. You have this music inside you, and it wants to come out, right? And so, but then there's also like, if you just push yourself and push yourself and push yourself, you can burn yourself out if you're not careful. So part of it is just trying to reignite that fire that you had in the beginning. And sometimes all that takes, I can say for me, sometimes all that takes is just playing along with some songs that I know I like, that are not mine, not Joe originals. But I just hear some songs that I like, and I just kind of play along, and I try and reconnect myself to the fun of it all. And then from there, it can really kind of spark. It can spark that joy in doing it again, and then I kind of start to remember why I started doing it in the first place, because I love performing. I love making music. I love the way the vibrations go through my body as I'm playing an instrument. I love all of that stuff, or singing. Singing makes your body vibrate at a certain way, and it feels cool. And, just these little things that can help reconnect you to the reason you started in the first place and what got you so excited about it. Another thing I want to address really quick before I turn it over to Ryan is that don't worry about, so you said you're kind of demoralized because you heard somebody else's song that sounds like what you wanted to do. And you were thinking nobody's ever done this before. And now you figure out somebody has done it before. And, that's okay. It's not like you're in danger of plagiarizing someone. Like, yeah, I can understand the disappointment a little bit of, I thought this was original and now it turns out it's not, but it still is. Because there's nobody that's going to play it just like you will. There's nobody that's going to feel the same as you. When they listen to something, you've did, you are going to have your uniqueness baked right into it. And so rather than thinking in terms of, I wanted to create something new and oh my gosh, somebody else created this thing and being saddened by it, I feel like maybe just shift your perspective a little bit if you can, and just remember, wait, just because that's out there, that doesn't mean that what I'm doing is wrong, doesn't mean what I'm doing is bad, or that it's not worth releasing, it's not worth finishing, because it totally is. It totally is. And you're going to sound like you. And it's going to be great. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Ryan and see what he has to say. Like I said, I know he's experienced this. I know he's, been through all the ups and downs of creating an album, creating a song. It's a roller coaster ride sometimes. And so Ryan, take it away, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. And I'm going to go a bit of a probably unexpected direction.
Yes, please.
First, I want to ask you, where are you at now in all of this? I know you mentioned just in the chat prior that now you want to do some, I think you said maidcore. If that's music style, I believe, then yeah, but where are you now? Where do you still feel like you're in the same place as when you wrote this a while back? What kind of where do you feel exactly the same? Have you made any emotions? Have you tried anything since? Where are you at on all of this? Where are you at in this journey? And I know that asking you that question prompts you to type, and that might make it so that you are maybe unable to focus on what I'm saying. So I'll kind of play it slowly here for a second. But you said the feeling or emotion is the main goal in my guitar playing. Okay, awesome. Part of what was so cool about the song that I found, Sunset Melancholy by Kogeru, is that it has the feeling that I want. Got it. Okay, cool. And do you still feel a little bit, what's the word, demoralized? Do you still feel like your morale is low on the aspect of writing an album and all that stuff? To answer Ryan's questions, I got into playing guitar probably by listening to maidcore. Oh, very cool. Very cool. I think I know maidcore, but I'm not 100% sure. It might be, well, I could just look at it, but I have an idea of what it is. And that's really cool. That's really cool. So you got into playing that, and it inspired you. And then you were like, you know what maidcore needs? It needs this kind of sound with it. It needs this kind of thing injected into it, and I can do that. I want to be the one to do that. And and now you found a band that's already done it, or a person that's already done it, and you kind of feel like, oh man, they took the spot that I wanted to be in. And it's not just demoralizing because it's like, well, you can be more of one person that holds that spot. Maybe it feels a little bit like you're hurt because it's like, well, that was my idea, and also, like, yeah, I mean, that can be frustrating. I can tell you that. I mean, I have many experiences with this, especially in music. There's two really well-known songs that this happened to me on. Megalovania that's in Undertale. I don't know who it's written by. Whoever wrote Undertale. They have a lot of Megalovania was their biggest track, and it was played everywhere, and people
Mm-hmm.
had it on their phones.
Oh
People
yeah.
had literally Megalovania on their doorbells. Um,
Wow.
and I was annoyed more than I was. Toby Fox, yeah, Toby Fox, thank you. I was annoyed because I was like, I wrote that song 10 years, maybe like 15 years ago. I never released it, but it was that song. I wrote Megalovania. Like it was Megalovania. I'd written it on the piano. Yeah. And I just like,
Yeah.
and when I first heard it, I was like, wait a minute, didn't I write this song? And I was like, no, I guess it's a little bit different. Uh, But I never did mine because I listened to it and like, I never released it. And I was like, hey, it's not that great anyways. And then someone released it years, like 10 years later, and it becomes like the biggest hit of all time. I'm like, that's pretty annoying. But at the same time, it also shows that it's like, yeah, I know like I've got something in me and I clearly have ability to create good music. If something that I did create, even if I'm not the one to release it, if I created it and it was that successful, then that shows something good, like that there's something within me that can create hit songs, let's say.
Mhm.
And not that I don't have any hit songs, but just that is sort of like
Oh, you just muted yourself on Discord.
gosh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. I was trying to click, okay, to see the chat and see my face again. Okay, thank you. That's amazing. Anyways, so the point isn't like that I need to boost myself, but it does. My point of that, Saole, is before I go off on the deep end somewhere else, is the fact that you wanted to do something now someone else has done also kind of proves that your idea is good, right? Um, I was just, having a bit of a side rail earlier with saunas. Um, we would love to have a sauna in our house.
Oh.
A sauna in our house, a sauna. I don't know how you
Depends
want
on
to
where you're
pronounce it.
at. The farther
Yeah, it
north you
depends on where
go,
you're
the
from.
more it sounds like sauna.
Okay, there we go. There you go. A sauna. We'd love to have a sauna. Sauna. Okay, we'd love to have one in our house just because that's kind of cool. And I saw my wife on Reddit looking at it, and everyone's like, "Yeah, it's like the Finnish. It's like from Finland, you know." And I'm like, "Why are you guys all talking about Finland?" And I'm like, "That's pretty stupid." And I'm like, "Come on, guys." It, and I Google it. I'm like, does Finland have any right to claim that the sauna is their invention? And it was like, yeah, it's culturally theirs. The world knows saunas because of like Finland and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, no. Who created the sauna before Finland was even founded?
The
Oh, well,
Yoopers.
and then it was like, oh, pretty much like every culture around the world created a sauna. And it's like,
Mhm.
okay, yeah, that's what I thought. And it's like 4,000 years before even Finland was created. We had saunas and so on and so forth. And I'm like, yeah, so Finland, get off your high horse about saunas. But Finland is the one that has popularized it in the modern era. They are the ones that kept doing it, unlike other cultures like Maya and the Incans who had theirs, and the Chinese and the whatever. Everybody had one. Um, but just because someone has done it before doesn't mean it's not worth doing. And also, even if someone else has popularized it, it doesn't mean the idea was bad. It actually just proves that the idea is good, right? And so if someone writes Megalovania after or before I've written it, maybe it's the sound, maybe that was the sound I was going for and I just never got there before they did. If you listen to it and you go, I like this, then you found like your idea was good. And there's no reason you can't still do it. And what I mean is just because someone else has created and maybe popularized, maybe didn't, but just because someone else has a sauna in their house doesn't mean it's a bad idea for you to put a sauna in yours,
Mm.
right?
Mhm.
It can be still just as beautiful of an experience if you make a sauna as someone else who makes a sauna. There is that motivation to be the first one. I get it. But I think that it doesn't lose its goodness just because another person has done it. In fact, in some degree, it might be better because someone else has done it. And the reason is because now you can build off of that. You can listen to theirs and maybe improve in parts. But even more so, it can lead more people to your stuff. Because if people find their stuff, but they don't find yours right away, they find theirs, they go, I want more like this. And it ends up linking back to you, and they hear it and they're like, oh my gosh, this is what I've been looking for. There's more of this stuff. Just like you with any other made-core song or anything, you find something and you're like, see, this is the genre I like. I like this genre. It's got some good stuff in here. So you add to the genre, you add to, you make things better through your own like variations. And some people will like it, and that's great, right? Yeah, another song that I was funny because I was working on it when it came out. I had the idea in my head. It wasn't the full song. In fact, it was only the chorus. But I had basically written the chorus for Taylor Swift's Trouble, which is
which was a Static Key original.
Yeah, it's not though, because Taylor Swift released it first. Yeah. Yeah, but it's just the whole chorus, and then none of the rest of the song. By the way, when I listen to her song, I'm like, none of that stuff even fits with the chorus. Your chorus is just like standalone awesome, and the rest of your song is not that great in my opinion. But then again, chorus was the only part I was gonna write. So anyways, yeah, I mean, that's another song. When I listen to it, I'm like, that's literally the song I'm already got in my head and I've been working on. And it just got released while I'm working on it. That's so annoying. I can't release my song now because it's literally the same melody. And people will go, you stole that from Taylor Swift. And I'll be like, no, I was working on it and Taylor Swift released it. Like but they're going to always remember, oh, this sounds just like Taylor Swift's song. So what did I do? I just went, okay, maybe I'll release it some other day. I'll work on it again, maybe another, maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't. I'll just say, look, clearly I know it sounds good. If people like that, so I can make another one. I'll just keep going on my merry way, put that one in the bucket, and keep walking forward, So sometimes that happens, especially as a musician, that's going to happen. If you're in the field of making music, you're going to find sometimes you create a song that's already been made, or someone comes out with a song you're in the middle of making and you're like, are you kidding me? Like, that's my song, So it happens. And it's a part of being a musician, like Joe said. So you added on here, and I'm gonna go ahead and read it, and then I'll kind of get to what I was going to say that I think is probably in a direction you're not expecting. You said, okay, I didn't like playing other people's songs, so past attempts at learning guitar never went anywhere because because I was just playing other people's songs. I've done so much better now that I'm making my own songs. Okay, I respect it. That's how I am. It's been about 3 weeks now, and I'm less demoralized. Good. But I guess my goals have shifted a bit. I'm almost disinterested in making the perfect song now because it already exists. Now I'm focusing more on the unique-ish style that my existing songs have. I'm just not actually good enough at playing my own songs. I can come up with them, and I'm 90% satisfied with the couple of songs that are close. And the other songs still need some finishing work. But I like what I have. That's good. I just need to figure out how to execute it. Ford invented the pony car with the Mustang, but Plymouth released the Barracuda 2 weeks later, or something like that. LOL. Yeah. It happens in all the industries. I mean, who invented the light bulb? Was it Edison? Well, a lot of people online will claim no, Edison didn't invent the light bulb. There were other light bulbs out already at the time. Edison just learned knew how to market the light bulb. It's like, oh, okay. So the idea was out there. There were other people doing it. It's not that anybody's idea was unoriginal. It's just that as things move forward in society, and cultures and different arts, it leads you down a path of what comes next, and it can go in many different directions, and it can branch out. But some people's interests and branches end up going in the same direction. And so that happens in technology, that happens in art, that happens everywhere. So it is what it is. That's just something that we experience from time to time, and it's okay. So, okay, now I'm gonna go off in the other direction here. I'm gonna say this, Salade. Sounds like you're not suffering with this too much. It's less demoralizing, but maybe there's not as much motivation there. There's not as much interest. There's not as much fueling you, let's say. So I hope that you would take a moment and say, in light of this other person, this other band or whatever it is, already doing it before you while you were working on it and releasing it, and that experience of it being demoralizing, sort of taking and ripping the motivation out from under you. I want you to approach God and say, thank you. And I want you to allow him to say, you're welcome. Because the thing that motivates you is important because it's part of your intention. And if someone else doing something first demotivates you, if someone else creating the product that you wanted to create demotivates you, then you might have been getting in your own way.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you were to achieve that, let's say, and be successful at it, it might not have led you down the path that's best for you, if you know what I mean. And I'm not saying or trying to probe at the idea that you were being egotistical or prideful in all of this. But I'm pointing at the reality that if you're demotivated because of that, then there is some amount of desire for self over others, you could say. What I hope that you can take from this experience is this. You still have exactly what you had to offer to the rest of the world. Then you have the exact thing you are already going to offer still there. Because what you offer is all that you ever had. It's what you're making. And you're still offering the same thing. And the thing that you have is something you're offering to other people, because they're the ones that are going to listen to it and enjoy it. And part of that group is yourself. And you're going to listen to it and enjoy it. If it's less enjoyable because somebody else out there did something similar, did the idea, then it wasn't the product that you're working on that really made it good. The product wasn't good. The product was never really necessarily that great. It was that you were attached to the idea of being first and doing something no one had ever done before. I want to say that because I love being innovative. I love creating an idea that no one's ever thought of before. I love saying the most outrageous things that everyone's like, that is stupid, and then being proven right 10 years later. And it's happened. My brother reached out recently and he's like, he sent me this article and he just goes, he sends this text and he says, dude, you were right. And I was like, well, what? And then I click on the article and it just says, we found something faster than light. It's darkness. And I just laughed because I said that off the cuff. I was just like, hey, Kyle, what's faster than light? And he's like, nothing's faster than light. No, come on, Kyle. What's faster than light? He's like, what, God? And I'm like, no, darkness. because it has to fill in for the light. As soon as the light moves, what's there? Darkness. And there you go. I was like, you're stupid. And then 10, 15, 20 years later, scientists learn that darkness is faster than light. And I'm like, I told you. I told you. It's obvious.
It's like, duh, I'm right. Listen to me more
Yeah.
often. Like,
Yeah. But anyways, it's so stupid, right? But even that, I get a kick out of it. I don't get an ego boost out of that. I just think it's hilarious because I said it with no attachment whatsoever. I knew I was being dumb, but it ended up being true in a way, right? And so, but I get it. Like, there's a real joy about presenting something the world hasn't experienced. There's a real joy of taking what already exists, putting it together in a new way that improves things and is viable, and then it being used. And that experience is really great. It's one of the reasons I went into music in the first place, I think. I have a natural proclivity to wanting to be innovative. I have something inside of me that says, I need to innovate. That is my motivation. If I can take something that, like, if I can make something new and it be useful, oh, I'm so excited. People come up with, it's like people have like situations where it's like, this doesn't fit in my kitchen. What do I do? And my brains go into the far ends immediately. Like, what if we invent like a shelf that it comes down from the ceiling, and like as it comes down from the ceiling, like it like sort of puts itself together so that like it presents this thing to you, and then you just like gently tap it and it just goes up and and it would have these parts and it would be like this, and I'm like designing in my head, and it's just over like that'd be like $200 or something, or maybe like $200,000 for like something. It's like, come on, be real. And it's like, okay. And then I'm like, okay, well, hold on, I got a really cost-effective version of that. It only costs like $15. And it's like, Ryan, no one wants that. Just, we want to like solve the issue, And it's like, oh, come on. I'm just having fun here. And so I get it. My point is, I am the kind of person too that wants to be innovative, to put stuff out that's awesome. But my idea not being the first, like, other people will have my ideas and they'll come out with the product and I won't. My ideas will get shut down all the time. And that's totally fine, because one, that has nothing to do with who I am, but it does show that my brain is on the right track, right? And it does show that I can continue down that track if I so desire to. Because if I've been capable of coming up with a new idea before, then I'm definitely, and okay, first of all, let's say it this way. If I'm capable of coming up with the idea that worked, even though nobody knows that I came up with the idea because someone else was the one who did it first, that means I'm also probably very capable of being the one to improve upon it, because I've already had the idea. I know how I can improve upon it. I know where I can take it next to the next level, because it's already in my brain as an original idea, and it's a foundation there. So it's not like I'm taking from somebody else and trying to figure out how they did it and dissecting it and trying to come up with how to do it too. It's like, no, I already invented the idea. It's already in there. I just have to decide what I want to do with it if I want to pursue that, right? So my point is, though, ultimately, the reason it started with, just kind of say thank you to God. Just allow this moment to be one of those moments where you go, hey, thanks, God. And allow him to say, you're welcome. Because this, again, to have your motivation stripped out from under you is sometimes better than to be successful at what you're trying to do. Because what you were trying to do, at least the reason you were trying to do it, if something like this got in the way, then the reason you were trying to do it probably wasn't the best for you and your soul. But you can sort of revisit that and remotivate yourself to do the same thing, but with new intention and new inspiration and new motivation. Motivation, as we talked about on this show a lot, is a reaction. It just comes and goes. And sometimes you'll have the morale, sometimes you won't. Sometimes you'll listen to someone have an awesome speech and you'll be like super motivated, right? And sometimes you'll listen to other speeches and be demotivated. Your motivation is a reaction to what's going on around you. Um, for me to hear that you're like, I don't know if I really want to do it anymore. I don't know if you ever got to that spot, but if you're like, I don't know, someone else did it. I don't really want to do it anymore. Like, that sends red flags up, for me. I'm just like, what do you mean? Like, you just don't want to do it? Then it didn't matter in the first place. If that was all it took to just be like, I don't really want to do it. If that's all it took, someone else did it, you're like, I don't, then you didn't care about the idea at all. Like, if that's all it took, you know, you were attached to something else. You weren't attached to the project. You weren't attached to the characters you were developing. You weren't attached to the story. You weren't attached to the melodies. You weren't attached to the progression you've made since you've picked up this. You weren't attached to any of that. You were clearly just attached to something to do with being the first, and that's it. That's that's a bit lonely. That's a bit sad, and that's um and I'm saying this and overdoing it because I know that's not your position, by the way. I know that you're not giving up because otherwise you wouldn't be here. But what I'm saying is that's not you. So there is something else. There are things that you care about in this project. There are things that you look and you go, "Oh, I'm better off because I took this project up. I've learned the guitar. That's been awesome. It's been really great. I've done, I still want to continue and pursue this. I just don't feel as strongly about it now. So there's those things. So you still have that care. You still care about those things, and that's good. And what I'm saying is, whatever it is inside of you that cared so much about something that as soon as someone else did it, you just felt like demoralized. I feel like that's a moment that you can be like, whatever that was, I'm glad that's gone. Because if that was what the whole thing was about, then it's not worth it. It's not worth it to you. It's not worth it to your listeners because your intention is not pure by any means. Like that would be weird, right? And so what I'm saying is you kind of dodged a bullet. And so even if dodging the bullet was also you got hit by the bullet, let's say, more rather than dodging a bullet, the bullet went through your arm and it hurt, so you kind of dodged the bullet. It didn't hit your arteries or like it didn't kill you. It didn't kill you, but it went through your arm, right? Let's say. You can say you kind of got lucky. And now you can continue forward with the project without having having the bullet be worse, let's say, right? So my point is, I guess ultimately that it would be really weird and fishy if you were demoralized to a point of not wanting to do the project at all anymore, if this little sort of thing threw you off and were like, I guess I just, I don't really care about it. Because it would point to why you cared so much in the first place, right? If someone else doing the thing you wanted to do and they did it so well that you're like, I love this. This is awesome. They did such a great job. And that's so disheartening that it takes away your ability to even in motivation to do it at all, then that clearly points to why you wanted to do it in the first place. Because now your motivation to do it is gone. So that means they took away that thing that you wanted to do, which I'm guessing is probably to be the first or to be the best at it. And you're like, well, they are already the best. Maybe that's how you feel. Maybe you're like, maybe it's not the fact that they were first, but it's maybe the fact that you think they're the best at it. They've already accomplished perfection. So what's the point of me doing it? Maybe you look at yourself and you say, well, I'm not good enough to do as good as they did. I was hoping, I'd be the first, so at least that I would have some kind of advantage. But now they're the first and they're the best because they've already executed it perfectly. And you're like, maybe that's where your position is. If that demoralizes you, then it has nothing to do with them. It has nothing to do with the project you're working on. It's everything to do with how you see yourself and how you see your work and how to see what you're capable of. And I would say, if that's what gets you down, you think that you're not capable enough, then you need to focus on that and you need to recognize like, okay, I'm stopping something good that's been really cool idea just because I think like, oh, I'm not capable enough as doing as good as someone else who's doing this. So, well, I just need to get better. I'll still do it. I can do it. If this is something I want to do, then I'll do it. I just need to get better. I just need to learn how to do it better than I'm currently capable of. I'll get there.
Mm-hmm.
If someone else can do it, if someone else already did that good, I could do that good. It'll take a while, but I'll get there and I'll make this beautiful. Hey, this might be like, this project might be 5 years longer than I expected because of this. It's not a setback. It's me telling me that what you are going to release probably wasn't as good as it should be. Let's take our time with it and make it better and make it actually as good as it's supposed to be. And now you have a good example out there to go, you know what, this is my bar now. And this is the bar. Someone already said it. This is it right here. This is the bar I got to go for. I need to be this good. So if that's what's getting you down, if it's your own self-confidence, then now you've got a bar to grow towards. So I think that's great. Ultimately, what I'm saying is, if you're demotivated to do a project, you have to sit down and ask yourself honestly, why? And attack that why. Because there are projects that aren't worth doing. There are. There are plenty of those. But there are projects that are worth doing regardless of how you feel about them on a certain day. And there are projects that will take you into hard, difficult places and surviving them before the project is ever done. And some of those projects end up being masterpieces. Like The Passion, for example. I know that's the story behind the story behind the movie The Passion. A lot of crazy stuff happened. You know, was the project just not worth it? Because there was a lot of chances to be demoralized. And there were times where people were, but they committed. Sometimes the project matters a lot, and it matters more than what you're going through, or not that it matters more than what you're going through, but what you're going through is maybe something that can be used for it, or something that's trying to deter you from it because it's probably worth doing. And there are other outside forces that would rather have you not do it. There are times where we're demoralized by the people around us. There are times where we're demoralized by the reaction we get from people and the feedback we get from people. All of that happens. All of that happens. But if you want to be someone who makes things happen and actually finishes projects and gets things created and put out into the world that change people's lives, they have effects on people, you got to be willing to say, you know what? Rain or shine, I'm here. And I'm going. And I'm putting this out. And if I'm not good enough, I'm going to become good enough. Right? That's what I mean. That's what I got to do. That's what I got to do. Some projects are not worth doing. I want you to know that. There are some projects that are not worth doing. There are some things that are absolutely not worth doing. And sometimes we need to revisit that. But some things are. And you have to decide. You have to decide, how do you feel? How do you want to feel about this? How you want to make this happen or not happen, and why? And why you feel the way you feel. And it's a lot of figuring out. And sometimes in order to get a project done, you need to step away from the project for a while. Go sit in the bath and talk to yourself, you know, and like
go for a walk, go kayak,
go for a walk.
Something, you know, like
yeah. Sometimes you need to figure out what you're doing from scratch and and say, sometimes you go like, well, this isn't the project. I know I want to do something, but maybe this isn't it. Let's revisit it. Let's reshape it. Let's get back to the drawing board. And sometimes that happens. But music is something that you've come to enjoy. And it does me no good to try to force you into it. I don't want to sit here and try to motivate you back into doing the project for no good reason. I don't want to be the person that says, like, oh man, you can do it. It's, blah, blah, blah. Like, this is like the coolest project ever. And, who cares if someone else did it first, because like, I just want you to be inspired again, I don't want to just try to re-inspire you. I don't want to try to re-motivate you. And maybe you found motivation in this, and that's good. But that motivation comes from you, not from me, because it's from the thoughts you're thinking in your head, not from mine. So I don't want to be the person to say that's just like looks at every person and says, go get it, do that project that you're thinking about, just do it. Because some things are not good to do. They're not right to do. They're not helpful for you to do. They're not helpful for anybody to do. But some things really are. And some things you just have to revisit and decide, like, why am I even doing this? What's it for? Who is it for? Why was I doing that? Is it even good? And I think that's really important to ask. What good is it? And why is that important? Because if you can answer what good is it, that might be your next motivation. Because if you find out it is good, some things you don't need to be motivated to do because they're good. And the motivation is just like candy. And you're like, yeah, I get candy today. I was going to do it anyways because it's good. Like maybe I'll, get into a car crash and it won't be, not just like, we'll make it soft. My car breaks down, okay. And I'm in the middle of nowhere and I call Joe up. I'm like, hey, Joe, I know it's like 3 a.m., but my car broke down and kind of in the middle of nowhere, but like you're the closest person in the middle of nowhere. And I want to know, would you be willing to come and get me?
I mean, I do live in the middle
of nowhere. And Joe would be like, Joe probably wouldn't be like, dude, I'm super motivated to do that. I've always wanted to do that. But Joe probably, actually, I know Joe because Joe has literally done this before and we've all done this for each other.
Yeah.
But that's how it's a good example. We've all been there.
Yes.
But it's like, I just woke up literally, it's 3 a.m. What were you doing? And it's like, okay, I'm coming to get you. Yeah. It's like, hold on, let me wake up. I'll be there in like an hour,
Sit tight, buddy.
Yeah, sit tight.
You got food, you got water, you got something? Like,
you got food,
chill
water. Want me to bring anything? Let me cook you a plate of nachos. It'll be cold when I get there, but maybe you like them. Like, this is stuff we've done.
Yep.
And it's like, it's not like we do it because we're super motivated to do it, or some kind of extra goal that we've always wanted and been reaching for, or it's a project we've been wanting to work on. It will be a project. It's going to be like a 2-hour long project to get out of bed, do all the stuff, get ready, go, drive all the way there, drive them to their destination. Hey, it might be 5 hours before you get home. I've done that. Joe's done that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh man, hey, okay, let's take it to the car repair now, I guess. All right, I'll sit with you. All right, because you don't have a way out of here. So okay, let's see what the engineers say. Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. All right, let's get you home. All right, now I'll take you home. All right, now I'm gonna go home. I live 2.5 hours away. All right, here I go. I'm driving home. And it's like a 8-hour extravaganza. Like, I know the time keeps increasing, but things like this have literally happened. I remember, okay, anyways, I won't go into the story, but things like this happened. And you know what? It's like, yeah, I'd do that again.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why would I do that? It wasn't comfortable, wasn't joyful. I mean, there was some amount of joy. Actually, I would say it was joyful in a special kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
But what, you know, it wasn't necessarily like something I chose to want out of happiness. I chose it because it's it's not just right. It's not like it's right or wrong. I chose it because it's good. It's, I would dare say, it's even holy. It's something loving. It's something you're adding to the world's experience. You could have just let them sit there in the car and figure it out themselves. Wait for the tow truck, you know, have them fork up the cash for that and whatever. But to be able to be there for someone in that experience and just be like, you know, yeah, I'll come along for it. You know, yeah, I know it'll only take time away from me in my day and whatever I had planned today that I'll now not get to do. You know, it's like, that's a huge sacrifice. But it's like one that I would do every time. Why? It's good. It's so good. And I can't even explain how or why to some degree. But there's this goodness in it. And that's not just worth it. That's part of what everything's about. And so sometimes you have to revisit. Sometimes you have to look at what you're doing. It's like, why was this even a good idea? Like, no, like a good idea. What good is it? And, you know, and what good is it is asking kind of in a potent, kind of condemning kind of way. What good is it? You know? But also, no, literally, seriously, what good is it? Is it good? And if it is, then focus in on that because that goodness is worth it. If something brings about a good, a better life, a better world experience for others and for yourself, that's a good thing. That's a good thing to have. Even if it's like, even if there already is the light bulb, giving someone else a light bulb, making it possible, that's still good. You know, it's great. It's a great thing to have. You know, light's pretty nice. You know, so my point is, just because you're not the first, it's not a big deal. That'll happen all the time. It's happened to everybody who's innovative, who creates, who's into making something. It always happens. That's par for the course, and you got to meet that road really early on in your experience rather than later, you know? But it's a good experience to have because it can kind of set you back on track. In another way, it can redefine why you're doing what you're doing to be a better reason to do it than ever before. And so this experience might be hard and it might force you into a position where there's dread or sorrow or just, like you said, demoralization. You're demoralized. That feeling of being demoralized is an important feeling, and it's something you should sit with and recognize as something true and something that's attempting to guide you in the right direction. And even if it doesn't feel good, it's worth thanking God for because it can pull you into a new direction. In fact, it's one of those things that forces you into a new direction. And that's a good thing. That can be a very good thing. And so, yeah, that's the direction I wanted to take this. That's what I wanted to say. I know maybe it might have not been, maybe it was even more demoralizing hearing that. Maybe it wasn't. But I think it's important to dive in and think about those things. Because if this little thing of someone else releasing a song, and I call it little, it was big to you, and it is big. It is big. I felt it. It sucks. I've been there. But what I mean is, if this thing threw you so far off track that you felt like, I don't even know if I want to do this anymore, then something about what you were trying to do wasn't important enough to begin with. I hope you understand that. I hope that doesn't come off in the wrong way. I don't mean to attack you by any means, because I know that you have such a good heart. And this demoralizing you kind of, I think, is just an attempt in some way to steer you on the better path, something worthwhile to you, rather than just being the first or hitting it perfectly or whatever it might have been. It might be a self-confidence thing. It might be that you just like, I can't do that. They did it. Now that I hear it, that's really good. I don't think I can do that. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Like I said, this is something that you have to go through, but it's probably something that you're going to have to work your way through. And if something is something you wanted to do and you really wanted to do it and it was beautiful and it's a good thing, when anything throws you off track, you really got to second guess yourself and be like, what is it with me? What's going on in my head that would throw me off track from doing the thing I was doing? Because that thing that happened wasn't even something that happened to me on my project. That was someone else doing something and putting something into the world. And it threw me off my game. So I need to examine that. It's worth examining. So, yeah. Anyways, I said a lot.
Said a lot of good.
Probably too much. But I'm going to give it over to you, Joe.
You never said too much. Never in the life of I've ever had ever have you ever said too much.
Wow. I've probably said too little.
Sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes. A lot of times it's just the right amount.
Oh, well, thank you, Joe.
You're like the just right porridge in the Goldilocks.
I'm just right. I'm a porridge. I love that. I'm the one that I'm sadly the one that gets eaten.
Yes,
that's right. You know, all the saints die young, as they say. All the good die young. However that song goes.
So I'm always going to die before I'm 30. You know, like
yeah. That's right. Or get eaten, apparently.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
No, that was a lot of good stuff. And Saule, I see what you've been putting in the chat. I've been kind of reading along as Ryan's been talking too. There's some good stuff you got here in the chat. I'm going to start with one of your later comments here where you said, I feel like if it was about being first, then it would still be worth it to be second and just take extra time to make it even better. But it's more than that. I didn't think that it existed, and now it does. Mm-hmm. And I can totally understand that, you know, there's like this shock factor. There's this like, oh my God, like I thought I was coming up with something new. And then all of a sudden I hear the thing that I thought I came up with and then, oh, and so like you kind of get hit with that and you're like, oh man. And it can be disappointing. Absolutely can be disappointing. And if you couple that with some of the things you were talking about earlier in the chat, where you were talking about the artist mindset versus the scientific mindset that you were talking about in the chat, where you're like, I think part of my issue is with making something that someone already has already made is not really having an artist mindset. And then you go on to say in high school robotics, and then in college for engineering, I had drilled into me, don't waste your time making something that someone else already perfected. Just use the one that exists. Mm-hmm. And I read that and I'm like, that's so true. But I don't think that's a scientific thing. I don't think that's necessarily even an engineering thing. I think that's an academia thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because they
say don't reinvent the wheel.
Right, don't reinvent the wheel. You know, you can't make a better mousetrap, which I've seen better mousetraps than whoever said that, whatever. You know, like there are better mousetraps now than the ones that existed when the guy who made that quote said that quote, right?
That's amazing. Yeah.
Exactly.
We literally caught a mouse today.
Really?
And we released it 2 and some miles away.
It was alive?
Yeah.
Then you need a better mousetrap. You need a mousetrap that kills the mice.
Well, ours trap mice and keep them alive. Theirs trap mice and kill them. So there's just, you know, different.
Oh, I see.
There's different mice traps.
I see. That's true. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it depends on your goal, right? Like you were talking about. It depends on your end goal. Like, what's your goal? But Saule, that's so much an academia thing where it's like, and I was a music major for a long time. And people would talk about, oh, the pinnacle of music is the Baroque era or the classical era or the whatever. And this is musical perfection and blah, blah, blah. And we had all these rules drilled into our head. It was so funny too, because it was like, they made all these rules I was a composition major. I was learning composition, how to compose stuff. And they would look at Bach from the Baroque period. Mm-hmm. And they had all these rules set up for us in our compositions on what we could and could not do based on Bach's music. But, Bach didn't follow those rules. He just wrote stuff.
He wrote stuff and it ended up having specific rules, just like I write stuff and people know that it's
exactly. This is analysts coming in and saying, oh, well, this is perfection. But who's to say? That's an opinion. Mm-hmm. And engineering... I believe nothing is perfect. Nothing has been designed perfectly. There's always room for innovation. There's always room for improvement. There's always room to do something better than before. Mm-hmm. And anybody who comes in with that mindset, to me, it's just closed off. You sound like an analyst, like somebody who's closed-minded, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. And that's academia to me. And it doesn't surprise me. I'm not faulting you at all, Saule, for having that mindset and for having that, because it's been drilled into you for a long time, right? So it's okay. And we all struggle with that, And you heard this, and in your personal opinion, when you heard this, you were like, this sounds just like what my vision was for this song. And to me, it sounds like they did it perfectly. And but that's your opinion. Music is such a subjective thing that I think there's always room to expand and to grow and to change things and to make it better or worse or move it in a totally different direction or whatever. And you have the freedom and ability to do that. But I do understand where you're coming from, and I want to attack that the idea that something has been done perfectly. Because, like I said before, I don't think anything's been done to absolute perfection. I don't think that anything is finished. I think there's always room to grow on anything, and we see it. We see it in technological innovation all the time. But it's funny because the people that innovate and create new things, a lot of times, those were the people that were looked down upon by their teachers. Look at Einstein. His teachers said he was ignorant, addled, stupid, all this stuff, right? And now we see him as one of those great geniuses. And So I want to try and help flip your mindset a little bit and maybe just ask yourself a few questions. Like, who says this is perfect? I mean, maybe you say it's perfect. Maybe you say, okay, this is exactly what I envisioned. Like I was just saying, I'm probably repeating myself, but you're like, this is exactly what I envisioned. They did it great. And so now it's disappointing partly because you were excited about having this idea. And then it's disappointing and you can feel a little bit down when you're like, oh, that's the same idea I had. Much like Ryan was talking about with Megalovania and some other songs, that Taylor Swift song, which I think any Taylor Swift song could definitely be improved upon just by definition. Sorry to any Swifties out there. That's great. But yeah, so what'd you say? Oh, and for the song that I wanted to make, my answer now, if I wanted to show you the song, I would just say go listen to it because it already exists and it's great as I had imagined it being. But it doesn't need to be made anymore, right? I also think of things like scissor lifts in robotics. There was no point in making one if we couldn't make a better one than the teams that had years of experience perfecting them. But here's the thing. Like I said before, nothing's perfect. And so I want to move you past that and into the idea of, music is really a form of communication. It's a way that we communicate with our souls to other souls. And I lose track of this. I lose track of this all the time because I practice. I have gone through phases in my life where I've practiced a ton because I want to be a very technically good player, and I want to be technically a good producer, and I want to cover all my bases, and I want to do all these things right. But in all of that, I lose the sense that music is really my soul communicating to another soul using sound, using vibration. And I take vibration and I arrange it in a certain way that communicates from my soul to another soul. And as a lyricist, I would think about the technicality of lyrics and I would forget all about what the message was. I would forget what it was I was trying to communicate and instead try and think of something clever to say. Right? And so then I get myself away from the whole point. And so if you can step back and think, okay, so I also see in the chat you're talking about maybe I need to take guitar lessons. Absolutely. I think anybody who's an instrumentalist could benefit from taking lessons. Anybody who's a singer could benefit from taking vocal lessons because it's just a way of practicing and getting ideas from somebody who maybe they're not even better than you, but they just know things in a different area that they can help you grow in. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And that practice time and everything, yeah, you're going to be more of a solid player. But really, as I practice, whether it's drums or guitar or bass or whatever it is that I'm playing, first of all, I try to remember to have fun. I try to remember to, keep it light and not because I have a really horrible tendency of beating myself down all the time when I'm playing and just being disgusted with my performance, even when I'm just sitting there by myself, and so I'll beat myself up all the time. But I have to remember, wait a second. I am where I am. Everything I do is just making it so I can trust in my own ability to express what I'm trying to express. So the better I get technically as a guitar player, the more free I am to express what's coming out of my soul as a musician to the listeners who are receiving that message. Does that make sense at all? I hope it does. But so first of all, so ask yourself these questions sometimes, like Ryan said so greatly, what's the point of what you're doing? And he's like, maybe you've kind of been blindsided by this incident and forgotten what it was that made you want to do music in the first place. And maybe it's about reconnecting with that original intention that you had. And then, but what is it about this song that you've heard that makes it the quote unquote perfect expression of what it is that you came up with? It's like the pinnacle of your idea. What is it about the song that does that? And maybe you might need to get out a pencil and a piece of paper and write down what are the aspects of this that make it the perfect song in this, genre that I'm coming up with, or this feel that I'm envisioning. How is it perfect? And a lot of times, as I dig in and I ask some of these questions to myself, I can start to poke holes in my own hypothesis. And I can be like, wait, so because when I'm feeling demoralized about it, I know something's up that I need to fix in my brain, like Ryan was talking about. The problem is going on inside me, and there's something in there that needs to be rooted out and or fixed. So what makes it perfect? Why do I think it's perfect? And then I want you to imagine me saying, you know, there's no such thing as perfect. There's always room for innovation. There's always room for improvement. And there's always room for you to put your specific twist on it. And I saw a comment, a recent comment. I can't remember who said it. I'm going to actually look. Oh, wow. Gourmet squeeze cheese. Dude. Now I'm all squeeze cheese.
Thanks,
Hero says a
Great
potential counterpoint. Your creation may reach people that the other creation may never reach. So you putting it out could be the difference between someone experiencing that feeling or not. And that's very true.
Wow. Yeah.
Because your reach might go in a different direction, might go to a different group of people that never would have heard this if you hadn't created it also. That is a very fair and valid point. But I think the point I'm trying to make necessarily, like Saule, I understand that it's demoralizing. I understand that it's disappointing. And it's normal for you to feel that way. There's nothing wrong with you for feeling this way. Because this is normal. And part of it, I think, is that music and art, it's something we hold close to us. It's something we hold dear to ourselves when we create something.
Mm-hmm.
When we come up with something, when we have an idea, or when, you know, we hold that very dear to ourselves. And when we see something that might be better, we feel a little bit self-conscious. And that's normal too. But a lot of times that's just our own insecurities talking. And we forget that we bring value as well. My son, when we're driving somewhere, he will play the song Sail On. He does it just to make me upset sometimes. But he really likes that song. I really can't stand that song. I wrote that song. I don't like it.
Hey, Dad, check out this song.
And he'll play it. And he put it on repeat one time when we were riding in the car together. And I'm like, buddy.
It is a good one. It's a good song.
Thank you. I like the video. I like it. It reminds me of the trips we took getting all the video footage of it.
That's great.
That was a lot of fun. I loved doing that. But
I love doing that with you. Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome. And I love the water. I love the beach. And a lot of that is beach footage. Is beautiful. That's one of my favorite places on earth to be, is a beach somewhere. Okay, so I see you said in engineering we needed a winch for a project. We could make a new one for a lot of R&D budget, or we could buy one for $15 and spend the R&D time on making the actual project. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the engineering mindset. That's also a business mindset where it's thinking, okay, what's the importance of this? We're not necessarily trying to reinvent the wheel. We're trying to create something with a wheel in it. So we're just going to buy the wheel and we're going to put it in there, right?
Right.
That's totally fine. But what you're doing with music is you're communicating to people. You're communicating a feeling, you're communicating, and you're expressing something. And what you bring uniquely to the table is you. No matter how perfect this is, the thing that perfects your music is the fact that you are in it. Because you're going to bring your own thing. You're going to say what you need to say through your song. People are going to hear what you bring to the table through your song. And it's interesting because that's why there's millions and millions and millions of songs. And there's probably only thousands of genres.
Yeah.
And it's because they kind of feel similar. They sound similar. They kind of go into this thing and whatever. And then groups, bands get pegged in a certain thing. I remember in the 90s when, I remember reading an article in Rolling Stone about a band, and they were like, oh, they with this second release, they've solidly pegged themselves in the grunge genre, right? And so it's like, because their first one was a little bit, it could have gone rock, it could have been grunge, it could have been a little bit alternative, whatever. And then they're like, oh, but this album, solidly put them in the grunge category. And it's like, okay, so we have a bunch of people that are, again, analysts, analyzing things, and then grouping them together. And we do that as humans, right? We kind of like to organize stuff. So that way we don't have to think about it as much.
Yeah, and it can find things when we need to find things.
Exactly. It's like the Bible. The Bible wasn't written with a bunch of numbers in it. I mean, there were numbers, but it didn't have like chapter and verse numbers. Those were added later so we could, reference things and, it was organized. When Paul wrote 1 Corinthians, he didn't call it 1 Corinthians. It was just a letter to the Corinthians.
It wasn't even ordered.
Right.
He didn't go, this is my first one of 12.
Right.
I'm sending to you.
Yep. And he didn't put
whatever.
Chapter 1, verse 1, verse 2, that wasn't in there, right?
That's true. So there is a whole book called Numbers.
I know.
That part was in the Bible, yes.
Thanks,
Numbers
you're right.
was in the Bible. That's right.
I stand corrected.
That's actually really great.
Perfect. But yeah. But that's the main point I'm trying to make, is that you are what makes your music special. And the better you get at your instruments and the better you get at your craft, the better you get. I mean, right now, you're not as good as you're going to be if you keep working at it. You may have been better before you fell out of practice for a while, before life got in the way for whatever reason, right? But you were really good at one point. You were better than you are now. And you can get back to that with consistent effort. You totally can. And you can surpass it with consistent effort. And it may not be even in technical ability. Because you listen to a musician, and as they get older and maybe their fingers don't work as well as they did when they were 20 and now they're 50 and, maybe they're just not quite as fast of a player. Maybe technically, maybe they're a little bit less, but their ability to express, I think, always tends to be on the grow. As long as they maintain some form of practice. As long as they maintain their skill to some level where they at least are still comfortable playing it. And that's what your practice is going to do for you. Your practice and your learning and your lessons and those things are going to make you more and more comfortable with your instrument. So then it will be a tool for you to express what you're trying to express. And don't forget, don't make my mistake that I make so much, which is to forget that what I'm doing with music is I'm communicating from my soul to another soul. If you can keep that in mind, I think it'll help all this kind of stuff smooth out. These things don't matter as much anymore. It doesn't matter if somebody wrote a song that sounds like a song. It doesn't matter that I wrote Megalovania but I never released it and then somebody else did, even though I didn't. That was Ryan's example. It doesn't matter.
Could have been you. It's fine. Doesn't matter. I'm used to telling your stories anyway, so
that's true, right?
As if it was me.
Yep. But those things just they kind of fade into the background and they don't matter so much anymore.
Yeah.
Because I'm remembering the point. The point is that I'm communicating. And you have something valuable to say. You have something valuable to express. And I hope you keep doing it. I hope you keep working at it. I hope you allow yourself to go on this roller coaster ride and get through the ups and the downs and to finally and to then get to the end of a project and release it. I hope you keep going because I want to hear what you have to communicate. And I know there are other people that do too. So keep at it, man. And maybe like Ryan said, maybe go take a bath. Like I said, go take a walk or go kayaking, something, take a break, go do something else. Get your mind off things, get your head back in the right thing. And allow yourself to speak freely through your music. You know, we stand in our own way so often. And our minds get in the way so much. Classic example. It was classic because it happened yesterday. My nephew, we were cliff jumping. We were on the shore of Lake Superior, and we were jumping off black rocks in Marquette. And one of my nephews just jumped right in. He's just like, whatever, I don't care. Just off this, it's like 15, 20 feet high, something like that, and jumped into the water, whatever. My son just jumped right in, whatever. My other nephew really hesitated a lot before he finally jumped. And what was in the way? It was his head. Because before, he was excited. He was talking about how great it was going to be, how fun it was going to be, how cool it was going to be. And then when he got to that ledge to jump into the water, he hesitated. And the longer he hesitated, the more it held him back, right? Because the more we think about something, the more we get close and then decide not to, that's like putting another barrier in our way. And it was his head. His head got in the way. And it was beautiful because we were telling him that. We were like, we'd count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And he'd turn away, and he'd walk back. It's like, it's okay. But you can do it. If you don't want to do it, that's okay too. Whatever. But, I would encourage you to push through that. We're not going to think less of you if you don't. But I will tell you, if you get there and you don't do it, you're not going to overcome the thing that's holding you back, right? The only way to overcome it is to actually push through and do it. And you will feel so much better when you get through it. On the other side of that, you're going to feel great. You're going to feel exhilarated. It's going to be fantastic. And finally, he looks at me and he was like, I just remembered something. I don't have a brain. And he ran off the thing and jumped in the water.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that was beautiful. I mean, obviously he does have a brain, right? We all do. But he recognized how to shut that off and to just take action.
Yep.
And so the more you let this thought process revolve around in your mind, the more it's going to hold you back. hold you back. So I'd encourage you, take whatever break you need to take, but then pick up your instrument. Remember what it was, like Ryan was talking about. Remember what it was that brought you here in the first place, what you wanted to do with music, why you wanted to do it. And then sit and play without feeling a constraint or feeling an obligation to do things a certain way or whatever. Like, shut all that off and just allow yourself to be consumed by what you're playing. Allow yourself to just fall into it and enjoy it. That's the best encouragement I think I can give you. But Saule, like I said before, there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing abnormal about what you're going through. This is normal. Okay. But you can push through. It'll be amazing how little effort it actually takes to push through, because all it takes is to just shut off your mind and actually just start playing again. And it almost feels effortless. It almost feels like cheating. But you can do it, man. You can do it. That's what I got.
That was great, Joe. Yeah.
You're great.
Thank you.
I was just looking at
I
you
don't know.
while I was talking. I was like, man, Ryan looks so great.
Man. Wow.
Look at that
Thanks, Joe.
guy. Man.
You're so good. So good to me. I appreciate that. I appreciate you telling me, because, you know,
You're welcome.
it's nice. It's nice. No, it's nice to hear. Thank you. You're pretty great, Joe.
You're
I appreciate you a lot. You're lovely. You're wonderful. You're beautiful.
Oh, Ryan.
You're
Thank
so
you.
great.
You're better.
So, you know, I think hopefully this has been helpful. You know, one of the things you said was you've been approaching this with an engineer's mind. You didn't say exactly this, but approaching it with an engineer's mind rather than a artist's mind, I suppose. It's one way to put it. But I would say that's not an issue. You bring you to the table. And because I do, for in a very large way, I do not have the mind of an artist. I do not, like, my experience with music is so different from most people who produce music and most people who even like music. Half the time, I'm not even sure that I like music, you know? I enjoy making it. I enjoy listening to it for every once in a while. But I don't care about like what band, you know, and all this kind of thing. Like every once in a while I might get interested, but it's pretty rare. I mean, there's no band out there that's produced more than one song that I'm like, yeah, I like all of their songs. Most of the time I'm just like, yeah, they got one good song. The rest of them are kind of crap, you know. I'm very, very, very picky. And but it's not just that. It's just like, it's even like people talk about putting their emotions out in a song. I'm like, I've never had that experience in my entire life, really, that I can recount. Like just pouring my emotions out into my instrument or into a song. No, and when I'm writing a song, I'm not usually feeling the emotion I'm writing about. I listen back and I go, does this pull that sort of sensation out of me? Am I leaning in that direction? And I listen back and I'm like, yeah, okay, I can feel that. I think that's the right direction, you know? And so I look at it, I'm very analytical about my songs and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I've got more of an engineer's mind, I think, in a lot of ways than I do have a artist's mind. My point is, bring what you got to the table, and it's okay if it's an engineer's mind.
Yes.
And I would say that and you recognized it yourself, there's a fallacy in the idea that, someone's already made the part, you know, and so why make the part again? You know, you said you could spend $15, or you could wrangle together a whole team of people trying to create a little part for your machinery. But the reality is, if you were trying to redesign the part, that's a whole different thing. You know what I mean? Like, you're talking about making a song. Fine. If you want, like, go ahead and redesign the guitar, build it from scratch, grow a tree, grow a tree, and then take that tree and then cut it up into parts, and then also the nylon. Yeah, figured that one out. And then, you know what? Oh wait, that doesn't work. No, you're gonna need steel. Go mine it. Then melt it down and learn how to make wire, and then wire that works well, by the way, and then and vibrates well. And then the magnets. Go make those too. And then go build a guitar, and then plug that into an amp that you're gonna make. You know, it's like, yeah, yeah. Of course, we all like as a musician, I borrow from everywhere. I got VSTs, like hundreds of VSTs that I use when I write my songs. You know, I don't expect to reinvent all of the parts. I'm just putting them together and I'm making something cool. Something that I wanted to make. Whether someone's made it before or not, sometimes that can be a gate, whether I decide to make it or not. But most of the time it's like, I've always wanted to hear something like this and let me make it. Yeah, there are those moments and that can be inspiring. But also, do you know anybody who's like, hey, what's your favorite genre? Oh man, I really like, I don't know, like, I like jazz. Oh, really? Wow. Okay, so you like jazz. Do you know anybody that's like, I like jazz, but there was this one song, and it was a jazz song. It was a perfect jazz song, and I've never listened to any other jazz song. I don't go searching for more jazz songs, because this one song is the perfect jazz song. So, this is one jazz song is all I need. You know, in my whole life, I've always just had this one jazz song. You know, people will listen to a song hundreds of times, but you know, there's also some room in their head for like, you know what? I kind of listened to that song about 100 times. I think I'm gonna see if there's other songs like it. Because there's a point where that song no longer scratches where you itch, and it leaves you itching. And most music will leave you itching. And one of the things about beauty is this: beauty is good. You could build an aluminum ladder because arguably it's the best ladder. Arguably, it's like the aluminum ladder already exists and it's awesome. Why? Because it's light. It's incredibly durable. You can shape it and create it, make it bigger, or expand it and contract it. It's like the best ladder. Yeah, but you ever seen an aluminum ladder in a library?
No.
I don't fit.
I
don't look good.
They're usually wood.
They're wood. Why are they wood? Oh, but wood ones are inferior. No, they're beautiful. They match the aesthetic of the library. You don't want an aluminum ladder in a library. It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like something set in place. It feels like something thrown there, like a worker's ladder. You know, it doesn't feel like you're supposed to climb on it because it belongs to a worker's, like, that was working on some shelf or something, construction. It's like you're gonna need other ladders. Sometimes the wooden ladder is the perfect ladder, and sometimes the aluminum ladder is the perfect ladder. And sometimes we're gonna invent new materials that a ladder could be made out of, and it becomes perfect for a certain scenario.
I dare somebody to make a solid gold ladder. It would be expensive. It would be super heavy, and it would be soft.
Yeah. But it would be the perfect ladder for a king. Because it's ridiculous. It would be right. It would be the perfect piece to show I've got money and I'm ridiculous.
Yeah.
This is how much money I have. I have a golden ladder that will only serve me very poorly at best. And here we go. Yeah, that's what I've got.
Oh, you know, Saul, you make a really good point. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Ryan. Continue.
No. What's Saul got to say?
Oh, he said if I manage to go through and complete multiple albums, I'll probably make something that's close to the same idea, but it's just not a priority for me to chase it on its own. And that's a great
Mm.
idea. And it's also a great mindset to think in bulk like that.
Yeah.
I try and get my so like other musicians, artists, my son, as he's growing in and stuff like that. It's like, and I've had this conversation with myself and with Steve, and like, and Ryan and I'm sure we've talked about this, but it's just not coming to mind at the moment. But it's like, wait, so this one song, yeah, we want to put our best foot forward. Yeah, we want to get it out there as and like spend a bunch of time on it. But it's like, wait a second, we're planning on releasing thousands of songs.
Mm.
So let's just get this one done.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because by the time it's all said and done, when we look over the years, there's going to be a very large library of stuff. It's going to be the same for you, Saule, if you keep going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So anyway, sorry, sidetrack. That was my little
No,
side quest.
that's right. Yeah. So, anyways, I said a lot of things, and my point is, there's a lot of arguments for any argument you've got for why not to do this now because someone else already did it. There's so many arguments. Even as an engineer, you want to take an engineer's aspect of it. It's like, well, why reinvent something that already exists, And it's like, well, first of all, um, yeah, it already exists, but that can also be built upon. One existing version of it doesn't mean it's the only. There's multiple types of bridges, and some of them are more beautiful than others.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them serve certain functions better than others.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them go like a 5 mile stretch, and some of them only need to go 5 inches.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so there are plenty of types of bridges, and there are plenty of different types of materials you can use. Some people build material using materials that maybe aren't the best kind for bridges, but they're a lot more pretty because beauty is important. You can, like literally it is. Beauty is important to people.
Mm-hmm.
It also shapes how you feel in the day. If you've got a messy desk, they say this, you've got a messy desk versus a really clean and pretty desk, it changes the way you feel at your desk. And so there's desk care and stuff like that people pay attention to. And all of this is to say, if someone else has done something and you already find like, man, this was perfect, I kind of demoralized because it's like that's exactly what I was going for, or even maybe better than what I was going for, and it's already been done. It is the thing, it is the part. But like I said, no one listens to the perfect jazz song and says like, I yeah, like has nothing that they like. They don't want to listen to any other songs. They want to hear songs just like it. Is what they do. They listen to the perfect jazz song. They're like, I really like that. I want to hear more like it. That's what people do. And so you might be some people's first, and you might be some people's second, and you might be some people's 1000th. I'm many people's 1000th, and that's great. I don't care how early they are, to whatever. But and on one other last point, it's like all of this stuff, all I'm saying is there's arguments to be made, and I don't think, and I think you can go with your own head and debate against yourself, and I think deep down there's something that's pulling at you that you need to let go of, and it's probably just something in your head that you just go, you know what, that doesn't matter, let's go, um, so I wanted to say one last thing, which was about, well, I'm not thinking of it, so maybe it doesn't matter. So, anyways, I guess that's what I've got.
Nice. You know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of August and Master Lay in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
August says,
awesome.
I've coined, yes, first of all, you guys are awesome. Second of all, you've coined kawaii pop as your favorite genre, August. And Master Lay says, I really like woodcutter blues and Baker's R&B. You know what? Who's this? What do you mean those are not real genres? I can tell you they're not real genres because on the DistroKid release form, those are not listed as acceptable genres to categorize your music in. But they do have pop and German pop and like Nordic pop and like whatever.
Wow. I guess that makes sense though. They have different tastes. What's
Oh,
popular
Kawaii Jazz.
over there?
Lily Pichu falls under Kawaii Jazz, and Static falls under Kawaii Pop. All right.
Wow. Well, I think that Lily
Then it is
Pichu is
real.
lo-fi
Oh.
because that's what she puts herself as.
Okay.
Even if I don't know if that's actually completely accurate, but you're right. Maybe I think, it is kind of a kawaii jazz. That's what I think you're right, but she puts herself under lo-fi. So for me, I don't put myself, I'm static pop. That's what the peeps for.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not poopy
I'm also
pants?
static poopy pants. That's also what the P's for. It's for many things. The P is for many things. I'm not just I'm not a one-dimensional person. I'm a P-dimensional person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Lay, you've got your solid state mercury ladder. It's a whole new level of spicy.
Nice.
I'll take that spicy to a new level. Put some chili powder on it.
Mm.
Solid state mercury with chili powder.
What are you selling? Like Dorito dust to put like all over a solid state mercury ladder. What do you think?
Dude.
I don't understand. What?
Brilliant. It has to be cold, but it's also hot. And it's a thermometer.
Wow. Amazing.
Ah, yes.
The chili powder is meant to balance out the coldness of the ladder. That makes sense.
I feel like Maidcore would have to be categorized under something like Russian style post rock, post metal, post punk, shoegaze, other, depending on the song.
That sounds like most music, honestly.
Maidcore.
Or Maidcore. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's, man, when we're trying to go through DistroKid, wow.
Yeah.
When we're trying to put genres on my songs, it's sometimes a very big struggle.
It's so ridiculous.
But can't we just say it's music?
Right. Like, I just, finally for a while when we were releasing a bunch of stuff, I didn't even care because some of it was instrumental, orchestral stuff. Some of it was like whatever. But there was all kinds of stuff coming out. I was just like, you know what? It's all pop. I'm just checking the pop box. Like it's pop.
Yep. Yeah.
Because the goal is for it to be popular, and that's what pop means, popular.
That's right. Yeah, there you go. That's right. So it's popular.
So it's all just pop.
Hey, what's popular? It's this one.
Well,
we want it to be enemies. So, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
that's smart.
Well, and then we also learned that because of Apple in their attempts to wreck the world and successes.
Yeah, they've had a lot of successes there.
They've done well.
They've done well for themselves.
You can't release something in the genre of classical without like 500 different little pieces of metadata added to it. And there's all these other little things. And so they're like, yeah, we just don't release anything classical to Apple. And I'm like, okay. I guess we don't call it classical.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So that's what I thought too. The challenge with not categorizing it correctly is the people who are looking for it may not find it, and other people may find it who want something else, or maybe it doesn't matter. I've largely discovered I don't think it really matters because I don't think they categorize stuff very much anyway.
Yeah,
I don't know how much that matters on the release forms for the different streaming services that are out there.
I think it's mattering less and less as technology moves forward because the algorithms no longer even look at the tags. They look at data of who's clicking on what and listening to what. So if you listen to Static P and you also listen to Eminem, and enough people start doing that, even though they're not even similar genres, and I don't rap all that much.
Dude, you're basically Eminem. Like you're basically Eminem. Your music style.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Well, let me pick someone that's a little bit different, more different than Eminem. P. Diddy. I'm basically P. Diddy
You're
because
basically
Static
P.
P.
Diddy.
Diddy.
Static P.
Yeah.
Diddy.
So, anyways, it's really hard to pick someone. But anyways, you get the point. No matter who you listen to, you're gonna get back to me. If someone else is listening to me, then that's how it's gonna go.
Yep.
Wow. I didn't realize that was so popular.
Static P. Diddy, man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Poor Ryan.
Yep.
Static poor Ryan.
Yeah. Snoop Dogg. There you go.
That's what the P stands for. Yep. Diddy.
That's what the P stands for. P. Diddy. What does P and P. Diddy stand for? It stands for Static P.
Static P.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He may have returned at one of the most unfortunate times.
Unfortunate times. Yeah. That's great.
But we're glad you're back. Welcome
Anyways,
back.
I have not.
At the most
Yeah, welcome
unfortunate
back.
time.
It hasn't returned to me what I wanted to say potentially about anything. So I guess I've said everything I wanted to say about the topic. But thank you for this topic. So let us know if you took anything away from it that was useful. But if not, that's okay. Maybe you need to reflect.
Yeah. So what do you think? We got time for like 6 more topics, right?
6? That's a lot.
Dude, we haven't
5
streamed in like a
maybe.
month. We need to do like an 8-hour stream
Yeah.
in order to make up for it. You know?
Wow.
Like
In order to catch up. Yeah, okay. Here we go. Let's go.
Guys, thank you so
We
much for
can
being
do it.
here. And Saleh, again, thank you for the topic. You know, it was great to talk about, and I hope some of what we said has helped to help your mentality there, because yeah, I understand. Static P. Diddy.
Gosh.
You have a wonderful 8-hour question. How was your summer, guys?
I don't even.
Crazy
wow.
and
I don't
busy,
even know.
dude.
I don't know a single P. Diddy song. I have no idea what that's like.
I don't. You know what? Now that I think about it, I probably would recognize it if I
No P.
heard
Diddy,
one.
please. Gosh, I bet it's awful, and by that I don't mean necessarily this music. I just mean the message. I just have this feeling like I imagine the music is probably the words are not helpful or good. But I could be completely wrong. I don't know the guy. I don't know his music. I just know that he's a rapper.
Yep.
And when I think of rappers, I think about poor messaging. But it doesn't mean that all rap is poor messaging. Because it's not.
True. But anyway, yep. Thank you, Saleh. We are not professionals. Clearly.
Thanks for reminding us.
And yep, if you have a topic you want to send to us, go to don'tworrywednesday.com. You can click the link right there in the chat. It's right there. Click it.
Wow, you pointed.
It's right about there somewhere ish.
Can you point to the subscribe button? What?
Aren't you the subscribe button?
No, I'm not. I thought.
No, the P stands for subscribe.
Oh,
Static P. The P is subscribe. Yes, Neonsai, you're right. He is in prison.
Oh. Ooh, for sex trafficking.
Yep.
Ooh, I did not mean to associate myself with that. That's pretty rough.
Yeah, sorry. That was what made the joke so outlandish. Was
pretty not good. Pretty not good. Yep.
That was why it was so off the wall of a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, click the subscribe button and get more quality content like this.
Yeah, quality. Man, maybe his piece of for poopy pants.
Poopy pants. No, it was Puff, because he was originally Puff Daddy.
Oh, was he?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
It was like Sean Puffy Combs, Puff, whatever. Yeah.
Lay, that's hilarious. What? There's a said I wouldn't say Diddy's songs have a bad meaning. They're more like voicemails he mistakenly labeled as songs. Some very angry voicemails. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Crazy. Well, all right, guys. Well, yeah, enjoy yourself. Have a great day. Have a great
Do
week.
that.
We'll be back next week. Yeah, I think we're kind of back. Summer's, like I was telling Zay at the very beginning in the chat. I said, yeah, I finally figured my summer out. Now that it's the end of it. Like,
now that you finally at the end of it and it's about to change, it's all figured out.
Yep.
P is for professional.
It turned out just like how it did.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, just like what did?
It turned out just how it did.
Oh, it turned out, yes, it did.
Yep. It was nuts. You're trying not to eat an entire brownie? What do you mean? You got brownies?
Oh no. Oh man.
Are they the famous
Yeah,
Nyansai brownies?
Yeah, they are. They are. The longer you stream, the more you eat. Is that what I hear over there? Am I hearing? Yeah, I'm hearing the clacking of the bowl.
Dude.
The whole brownie bowl.
Dude.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm coming over. I'm working close to you tomorrow-ish, I think.
Wow. Might have to make more brownies.
Boy.
Because they might be gone before you get here.
Yeah, probably. If we keep streaming, they're going to be gone. Quick, we got to end the stream so there's some left.
Okay, all right, guys. We have the... will not have a peak protector. Static protector.
Yes.
So.
All right.
Yeah.
You guys have a great week. We love you guys. And until next time, take very good care of yourselves and the people around you. And we'll see you next week on Don't Worry Wednesday. Again, if you have a topic, click the link, don'tworrywednesday.com. Fill it out. We'd be happy to do whatever topic you want to send our way. We love you guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye now.
Bye-bye. Brownies.